The story opens as the main character blinks his eyes, and he wonders why it is so dark around him. He catches sight of a line of light, which breaks and he beholds a forest in front of him. So he questions what's happening, as a status window flashes in front of him. The divine voice informs him it displays his current abilities with numerical values, so he believes it's similar to a game. He asks the voice about his location, but it states it is unable to provide answers at the current level. So he grows angry at it, and tumbles down from the tree. The voice announces he gained a falling resistance skill, and he worries as he observes his MP has decreased. He starts rolling uncontrollably on the ground, but he succeeds in stopping just before plunging into the water. As he gazes at his reflection in the water, he realizes he is an egg. The voice declares he is an F-rank monster known as a dragon egg, and he will die if its shell shatters. He can become a powerful dragon with age, but he is viewed as a gourmet delicacy by adventurers, and it's common among adventurers to smash any egg they discover. But he tells her he is confused by all the terms, and he again starts rolling uncontrollably. The voice reports his roll skills level has increased to 2, and he perceives he can now control his movements. But he falls from a hill, and he notices he is down to 3 HP. So he chooses to take some rest, and he observes resting recovers his HP. So he resumes rolling, and he begins to contemplate his future as a dragon. He ponders how he is going to become one, thinking he must battle monsters for his evolution. He enters an unknown part of the forest, and spots a dark worm nearby. So he checks its status, and he sees it carries the title of Egg Eater, so he understands it's a dangerous creature for him. So he starts rolling to save his life, and the dark worm pursues him. He dreads it will eventually catch him, so he considers fighting it, but he recognizes it possesses more MP than him, and he will perish if he engages it. So he attempts to find a way to handle it, and he lures it to the edge of a hill. As the worm charged at him, he dodged it and shoved it down the hill. They both ended up tumbling down, but the egg survived the fall since he landed on the worm's body. And the voice informs him he gained 12 experience points, and an additional 12 points due to his walking egg title. The voice proclaims he has maxed out his level, and now he can evolve, so it presents him with his evolution tree. He discovers he can choose between baby dragon and little dragon, but he fails to grasp what that entails. So the voice explains the little dragon is a breed of dwarf dragon. Their full size is larger than a bear, and they are feared by the adventurers for their fire breath attack. He inquires about the other dragon, so it answers him it's not suited for battle due to short claws and fangs, but it holds great potential to evolve into many species of dragons, and they normally get hunted by monsters and adventurers. So he mulls over choosing the safer option, little dragon, but a mysterious voice compels him to grow strong for her high expectations. He questions if it was the divine voice, and the divine voice mentions her level has increased to 2, so he couldn't discern whose voice it was. But he recalls it urging him to grow stronger, and he realizes baby dragon offers so much more potential than little dragon, so he chooses to evolve into a baby dragon. He successfully evolves into a baby dragon from the dragon egg. He acquired many skills as he evolved, and he notices his stats increased significantly, but his MP and HP did not return to full. His new body starts feeling hungry, and he senses he is tempted to devour that worm. So he concludes it's his dragon instinct at work, and he ends up consuming that worm. Next morning as he awakens, he wishes he would wake up as a human, but he is disappointed when he comprehends he is reincarnated as a dragon. He cannot recall who he used to be, but he remembers he was human. He spots a group of dark worms behind him, so he begins attacking them with his claw, and the voice reports he has attained level 3. He observes he has acquired a new skill, so he continues hunting the worms, and he reaches level 15 in a short amount of time, so he believes he will easily reach the top. But his stomach begins to rumble, but he doesn't want to consume its gross meat again, so he decides to try eating the mushrooms. But they turn out to be poisonous, and the voice informs him he obtained a poison resistance skill. He starts looking for something else to eat, and he catches sight of a gray wolf nearby. He decides to fight it after recognizing its stats are lower than his, and he finishes it with a dragon punch. He notices it smells just like barbecue, so he grilled its meat with his fire, and he finds its taste amazing. So he begins hunting more gray wolves, and he reaches level 20, so he believes he needs 5 more levels to evolve. But he perceives the pace of his level up is slowing, and he wishes to have a friend to talk to. He starts hearing some voices he cannot understand, but he recognizes they are human voices. So he chooses to investigate them, and he discovers they are a group of adventurers. He decides to attempt to become their friends, and he sees they are weaker than him. So he emerges in front of them, and he tries to act cute to befriend them. But the adventurers view him as an evil dragon, so the swordsman strikes him with his sword skill, and the mage hits him with a thunder spell. So he begins to feel his body is going numb, and the voice informs him he acquired a magic resistance skill. He sees they are advancing towards him, and he fears they're going to eat him. So he starts to weep, and he notices the mage girl is attempting to defend him. He loses consciousness, but he senses the mage is healing him with her magic, so he thanks her for saving his life. He observes her name is Miria, and she is healing him despite her MP being low. He feels the paralysis on his body is wearing off, but he chooses to keep acting injured, and the voice quips he obtained the liar skill. As Miria states she has cured him, he gained the Greek language skill, so he believes he will understand her better once he levels up this skill. They suddenly hear a horrifying scream from the other 2 adventurers, so he senses there is a super strong monster nearby. So he restrains Miria as she attempts to go there, but she still proceeds there to rescue her friends. So he tries to move his body to help her, but he fails as his legs are still paralyzed. He arrives there once his legs recover, but he spots a little rock dragon standing there, and he shrieks when he sees it possesses HP in the triple digits. He sees Miria lying unconscious nearby the rock dragon, but the dragon notices him, and it starts advancing towards him. The earth dragon lunges to eat him, but the little Charmander dodges in time. He recognizes it will be stupid to fight him, so he hides behind a bush to save his tiny life. He observes Miria is barely alive, but the earth dragon is moving in her direction, so he mulls what he should do. The unknown voice informs him he should run away, and Charmander tells her he knows he is not strong enough to beat him. But he reflects on how she saved his useless life, so he resolves he will fight him to save her. He charges at the earth dragon, and skillfully evades its attack with his rolling skill, and applies the same roll to hit him on the head. He notes the earth dragon has killed the mage, but the swordsman still has some HP left. So he contemplates how to save them both, and he devised a plan of taking him away from them. But as he attempts to lure him, the earth dragon slams him with its AoE attack, and he is severely wounded by that. He realizes he doesn't have many options left, and he notices the earth dragon is using its bite attack, so Charmander delivers a fire punch, but he is astonished when the earth dragon begins to heal itself. So Charmander hoists Miria on his back, as he realizes he can't save both, and carries her to a safer place. But he observes she is losing HP due to bleeding, so he attempts to cast a healing spell, and he realizes he can't cast it. So he opts to return her to where she comes from, and he uses his nose to locate the direction of the human settlement. But as he travels in that direction, he spots a large pack of hungry gray wolves chasing him. He is ultimately encircled by them, so he prepares to battle them. As he clashes with the gray wolves to protect Miria, she briefly stirs and glimpses him fighting. She again loses consciousness, and Charmander continues carrying her in that direction. He finally arrives at a human village, so he begins shouting for help in his loud voice. But the villagers assume he is a dangerous monster who attacked Miria, so they assault him with their spears. Charmander still persists in pleading for help, but he realizes they just believe he is a dangerous monster. So he gently sets down Miria on the ground, and flees from there before the villagers kill him. The villagers retrieve Miria, and the village chief commands them to call Marielle. Charmander breathes in relief as he is certain Miria will be alright now, but he feels let down the villagers didn't believe him. Miria awakens inside a house, and she perceives Marielle standing before her. Marielle explains she was badly hurt, so she healed her with a powerful white magic she rarely uses. Miria asks her how many days she has been asleep, and she tells her it's been 2 days. Marielle chastises her for succumbing to Dozen's persuasion, and Miria asks if Dozen and Grants are all right. So Marielle reports they found Grants's crushed dead body in the forest, but they failed to locate Dozen's dead body, so they suspect he was eaten by the Earth Dragon. Miria grows distraught after learning that, and she wishes she had prevented Dozen. Marielle assures her Dozen wasn't the type to listen to others, and Miria recalls he wasn't a bad person. He always handles monsters who could harm the village, and he was revered by the children. But one day Miria witnessed Dozen quarreling with someone, since he informed Dozen he could not beat a rock dragon. And they ridiculed him for getting scared and running away, so Dozen vowed to them he would beat it this time. Next day he approached Miria to join his party, and said Marielle requested her to help them. But Miria explained that Marielle forbade her from helping them fight the rock dragon, since it is the strongest monster in the area. So he stated that Grants observed Marielle gave him permission, and Grants validated his assertion. So Miria agreed to help them, but they consented to retreat if things got dangerous. Marielle believes Dozen got himself killed by his own pride, and she praises Miria for successfully reaching the village despite her injuries. But Miria explains her belief that someone transported her out of the forest, since she fainted when she was attacked by the Earth Dragon. So Marielle asserts that not a single villager went to the forest that night, and they rescued her outside the village as a monster was about to attack her. But Miria had no recollection of anything like that, so Marielle suggests she may have suffered amnesia after receiving a huge shock. Miria vividly recalls Charmander fighting the Grey Wolves, so she inquired what the monster looked like, and she responds that she didn't see that monster. So Miria ponders if Charmander actually saved her, but she decides not to tell Marielle about it. As Charmander reawakens after taking a rest, he confirms he has fully recovered from all his injuries. He speculates on Miria's condition. As he revisits the battle against the Earth Dragon, he realizes he was not strong enough to beat him. So he vows to grow stronger. He fastens a black worm to a tree, and employs its Call Allies skill to attract other worms around it. He then begins assaulting them, so he will acquire more experience points. As he continues to farm experience, the voice informs him he has attained max level 25, and all the evolutionary requirements have been met. So the voice presents him with 5 different evolutionary paths, but he is bewildered by all the paths. So the voice details the attributes of different paths he can choose, and he discovers some paths have more potential to grow than others. He inquires about the path called Young Dragon, but the voice offers no response. So he chooses to listen to a proper explanation before picking the path, and the voice states Mini Dragon has slow growth and few evolution paths, so he rejects it. Next the voice informs him Mini Angel Dragon can wield various white magic, but they are weak in combat. He considers using healing magic like Miria, but he discards the option since it is weak in combat. So the voice explains Kid Dragon is the next stage of Baby Dragon, and Charmander understands it's a stronger version of his current self. The voice reveals the Kid Marble Dragon is a dragon that underwent a sudden mutation, and he has the highest magic power. So Charmander concludes it would be a superior choice in the long run. The voice warns him that the young plague dragon is an evil dragon that spreads disaster, so he swiftly dismisses it. But the voice mentions its ability to use human transformation, and Charmander recognizes he could transform into a human to access villages. But he still cannot make a decision since it is an evil dragon. He feels Plague Dragon is a bad idea, but he badly longs for the human transformation skills so he can meet Miria. So he opts to evolve into the young Plague Dragon, and he instantly morphs into a medium-sized black dragon. But he doesn't like how evil he looks, and the voice informs him he can now examine details of his own skills. His divine voice also advances, and he ends up acquiring a bunch of evil skills and titles. So he concludes this is all really bad for him, and he observes he doesn't possess the human transformation skill. So he inquires of the voice about it, but the voice states it cannot offer an explanation at its current level. So he felt dejected, and begins to ponder about the skills he acquired. So the voice tells him he can disperse debilitating miasma by flapping wings, and it can annihilate nations when it attains max level. Charmeleon grows frantic as he registers that, and he inquires about his next skill. So the voice informs him his breath attack induces severe debuffs, and it is extremely contagious that once annihilated an entire civilization. Charmeleon recognizes he is accumulating more and more evil skills, so he asks if he can revert to a good guy path, and he inquires of the voice about his title. The voice states his title of Itty Bitty Hero may steer him to a heroic status, and it exerts major influence on evolution paths. So Charmeleon considers advancing this title to avert the evil dragon route. Then he inquires about his other title, and the voice informs him his wrongdoer title is for diabolic villains who amass mountains of corpses. So Charmeleon tells her it's the worst skill he's ever encountered, and he laments to revert to a baby dragon form. As Miria inspects the warding stone of the village, Miria asks her if they will inspect all of them, speculating if they hinder monsters from breaching the village. So Miria explains they deter them from straying past this point, and they can prove ineffective against strong-willed monsters. Miria asks if that monster possessed strong will, and Miria informs her she is not sure, but it's a problem if he gained entry due to the stone had fractured, so she proceeds to inspect other stones. Miria restored all the stones, and Miria asks her to share more about monsters. Miria observes she developed an odd obsession with monsters ever since that incident, so Miria states she senses she was rescued by a small dragon, and Miria suspects she is fostering affection for a monster. So she resolves to tell her about monsters. She explains monsters can mature into different forms, and they achieve this by preying on other creatures to advance their level. Miria asks her if this is similar to humans advancing by acquiring experience, and Miria informs her different monster types possess different maximum level. Monsters continually mature to assume more powerful forms over time, and Miria is surprised to discover people manage to discern the nature of monsters. But Miria informs her she detailed this to her 11 years ago, and Miria states she cannot recall since she was only 5 years old. So Miria tells her heroes and saints emerge time to time who can perceive a divine voice, and they disseminate information about monsters and levels. She cautions her monsters grow more ferocious as they mature, and that little dragon will mature into something more menacing. As she cautions her he will direct those fangs and claws on her, Miria shrieks at her to cease speaking that, but she offers an apology after recognizing what she uttered. So Miria advises her not to maintain any expectations of monsters since they're incompatible with them, and Miria fears Charmander will alter after he matured. Charmeleon proclaims he will advance and re-embark on the right track, and he resolves to learn human transformation, so he can reunite with Miria again. As he commences a hunt for some weak monsters around the area, he observes he is immobilized. So he finds himself trapped in a spider web, and a huge spider emerges behind him. Charmeleon notes it is super strong, and he employs baby breath to ward off himself from its web attack. But he observes he is also ablaze, and the voice informs him he has acquired fire-resistant skill. He notes his attack inflicted little damage to the spider, so he launches an assault with his paralyzing venom claws, but he is stunned to observe it still possesses half of its HP, and he assumes he enraged it. So he resolves to flee for his life while it's paralyzed, but he gasps when the spider starts pursuing him. So he attempts to employ his fly skill, but he was unable to take flight even after attempting many times. So he again begins to tumble to distance himself, and he worries why it has not grown weary even after 10 minutes. The voice informs him his rolling skill has advanced to 3, and he spots a cliff ahead. So he thinks he can flee if he leaps to the other side, and he resolves to leap at full speed. As he leaps from the cliff, he employs his wings to soar on the wind. After he soars to the other side, he observes the spider is missing on the other side, so he thinks it must have departed. But he shrieks when he spots the spider employs its webbing to traverse the gap. So he resumes tumbling again, and the voice informs him his rolling level has advanced to 4. As he persists in tumbling, he confronts many monsters on his way, and he incapacitates them all. This yields him experience points, and his plague dragon level attains 8. So he thinks now he can vanquish the spider, and he pauses to examine its skills. He observes the spider employs its AoE attack double poison, so he quickly springs back on a tree branch. He then sees the spider awaits for the poison to take effect, but he remains unconcerned as he is poison resistant. He begins to feign collapsing to entice the spider, and the moment spider leaps into the air to assault him, he scorches it with his baby breath attack, and slams it with his tail to slay it. The voice informs him his level has advanced to level 14, and he is elated when he acquires some new skills. But he grows dejected when he is denied the human transformation skill. Charmeleon catches a gray wolf for the dinner, and he spots a cave as he seeks a place to repose. So he shouts if someone resides within, and enters once he confirms it's empty. He seared the wolf meat on fire, but he grumbles it emits a smell, so he spiced it with some fruits that resemble pepper, and he is satisfied it eliminated the smell and rendered it more tasty. The voice informs him he has acquired the title of Mr. Chef, so he muses if he can gain renown with villagers with his cooking. But he recognizes it will fail because of his scary look, and he fears even Miria would fail to recognize him now. So he pleads to the voice to bestow him the human transformation skill, as he realizes he committed a huge mistake by opting for this evolution. Old Man Bertz tells Miria he glimpsed Dozen right outside the village, so she asks him to share more, and he informs her he spotted him venturing deeper in the forest until he vanished. The village chief observes Miria appears distressed for Dozen, so he tells her what transpired is not her fault. But she proceeds to Marielle to solicit permission to enter the forest, and Marielle heatedly asserts she must not enter there. So Miria requests her to organize a searching party for Dozen, but Marielle states she must not endanger the life of others. She observes Miria is growing distraught, so she informs her she will petition the guild to end some adventurers, and Miria expresses regret for acting so unreasonable. Charmeleon awakens with cheer after last night's dinner, and now he strives to advance to secure the human transformation skill. He spots an unknown creature nearby, and he considers he should amass some experience as it appears feeble. But as he attempts to examine its status, his head commences throbbing badly, and his view skill advances to 4, and he shrieks in fear as he discerns a glimpse of its status.